There really is there really is no other way to say this, but wow. I would be all excited, but you can't be excited when you hear news like this.
We interrupt this regularly scheduled programming for this special report.
This just into the Cold Sports News Desk. Warriors shooting guard Klay Thompson. Yes, the same one that is recovering off of an ACL injury in his right knee. He is out for the year 2021 now. And no, not from knee problems. He recovered from that. Unfortunately, he tore his Achilles while playing in a pickup game in Southern California last night, which was unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I mean, this man is in his prime. I know he was geared up and ready to go. He wanted to prove that he could recover from the injury that he did suffer in Game 6 of the 2019 NBA Finals. And so he healed up all of last year, got the knee right. Now he has to work and rehab the Achilles. And this is often exciting news of them drafting the Warriors. I mean, James Wiseman, the big man that played in Memphis, for like a cup of coffee. So they had the lineup set. They had Curry coming back for the point. They had Draymond coming back for the power forward. They pretty much could have whomever they really want for small forward. They had Wiseman to slide in there at center. You had Klay Thompson being the shooting guard, and there isn't that shooting guard for the 2021 season anymore. It's unfortunate. It is grossly and gravely unfortunate that we have this injury take place now, because really the Warriors, in my estimation, were the team that was going to beat the Lakers, provided something like this did not happen. And now, 5 weeks before the season begins, it does. In fact, we would be, 33 days away from when the season begins. And unfortunately, Thompson has to don more suits on the sidelines to watch his team play yet again. And, there's some other ramifications. You have the Warriors front office. They signed this guy to a 5-year, $190 million contract right after he tore his right ACL. So, of course, the Warriors had faith in this guy because he's now in his prime. He's well into his prime. But unfortunately now, you will have to deal with him 2 years not playing in his prime. It's I hate seeing this. I really do. I really do. And yes, this is coming from a Rockets fan. And yes, you probably say something to the effect of, well, Cole, I mean, he knocked your Rockets out, or he helped knock your Rockets out the playoffs 4 out of 5 years. You should be happy. You should be ecstatic. You should be elated that Klay Thompson is not going to play for a second consecutive year. Let me tell you something. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you are. I am never, ever, ever excited about anybody being injured. There is nothing to celebrate with anybody getting injured. There is nothing to celebrate with an athlete going down for any length of time, let alone a whole year, let alone, in Klay's case, a whole 2 years. No, you want the best athletes to go out there, prove themselves, show their mettle, and show everybody why They are the best at what they do. And if you are rooting against them, if your team is going up against them, you want your best to beat their best. I don't find any enjoyment at all in seeing Klay, one of the best shooters in NBA history, and most certainly one of the best shooters in today's game, not be on the NBA hardwood unless it's pregame. You're shaking hands with fellow players and coaches and fans that's sitting in front row for 2 years running. The Warriors are not that type of team where you want them to go down like that. If I want to beat them healthy. I don't want to beat them dinged up. It's not exciting to me. Now, I've been on shows like Snowman in the Morning where I actually said, if the Warriors actually had a chance to resume their dynasty, could they? And I said yes because, well, considering that Kevin Durant left the Warriors in the summer of 2019, I said, is the dynasty over as we know it? Yes. But is the dynasty over? No. Unfortunately, the one thing that could make it permanently over is nagging and debilitating injuries such as this one. The Warriors have a $17 million exception that they could use to supplement in that position that, unfortunately, the injury to Klay Thompson left on the team. Other than that, the wiggle room is mighty, mighty small for them because they lack definitive options to complement someone such as Curry's stature. And just about nobody else shoots quite as well or can get as hot in a mere moment or can sustain great shooting or can hit a transition three or can be money from the free throw line all at the same time like Klay Thompson. It is going to be a difficult thing for the Warriors to overcome. They have to. If they want to go back to where they have been the previous 5 years, which is the NBA Finals at least, if not winning the whole thing, which they've done 3 times in the last 6 years, they're going to have to find a way to not just play, but win without Klay. It's going to be difficult to replace a 5-time All-Star who plays a key role in how the Warriors play. All right, this is how they're set up. The Warriors are a team where they use spacing as their friend. It is probably one of the prettiest things to see in strategy. What they do is they use the fact that they can hit 35 and 40-foot threes as a weapon. In fact, shout out to Brian Snow of Snowman in the Morning. He says that the Warriors are a team that could take an anomaly and turn it into a weapon. And I agree. And I further that by saying not only did they take an anomaly and they turn it into a weapon, but they turned that weapon into a strategy. And the strategy is have every team understand that you can hit a 3-pointer from at least 35 or 40 feet away. Stretch out that defense to where 5 men have to cover 35 feet of floor instead of 15. And then you have a whole lot of floor to operate from, where you can do backdoor cuts and you can do hockey assists to your heart's content. The Warriors were masters at that, and they still are or still can be, but it won't be quite as fluid. And then, as I said, the best weapon to me off a transition is Klay Thompson after a missed bucket. And it could be anybody else who gets the rebound. It could be Curry. It could be Thompson. I mean, it could be Curry. It could be now Wiseman. It could be Green. It doesn't matter. They get the rebound. They do an outlet pass. They're running the floor. And Thompson always had the knack to be wide open, running down the side. And he would Not necessarily do a corner three, but he'll do corner top of the key three. And almost every time I've seen him do that, the ball just goes in the net. You're going to miss that. You're also going to miss that hard edge defense that comes from him. Because what's underrated about Thompson's game is he is a great defender. He may not be the best defender we've ever seen, but he is probably the second best defender, if not the best, the Warriors actually have. He is an underrated two-way player, and that is what the Warriors are going to miss, and it's going to be a big-time miss come 2021, because now they have nowhere to go except they have to cross their fingers and hope that somebody can do next man up off their bench, because it looks like the pickings are slim in replacing someone with the greatness of Klay Thompson. The Warriors are champions. They'll find a way, I believe, but it's going to be really tough sledding for them.
This has been a special report from Cole Sports. Now, back to your regularly scheduled programming, already in progress.
Now, if you happen to feel as though the Warriors can rebound from this, sans Klay Thompson, and they can actually have a run at the championship, or if you think like me that the road is going to be much tougher now that you have number 11 gone from the Warriors, I really do want to know in either way, shape, or form what your opinion is. So like this video and share it to everybody. Comment below because I love to hear what you have to say, VIP. And don't forget, hit that notification bell and subscribe to this channel for any and all content that emanates from here. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the Warriors and Dub Nation will have to deal without Klay Thompson in San Francisco for yet another year. It's unfortunate we have to say, see you in 2022, Klay. A warrior like you does not deserve the fate that has befallen you. See you next time.